Toussaint, Matt Smith, Emma Darcy, Olivia Cooke, Paddy Considine, Miguel Sapochnik, Emily Carey, co-showrunners Ryan Condal, and of course, George R.R. Martin.
You can all go out now.
Well, before we get started, Emma has a message.
Oh yeah. He sent me a text message for you, which I'm going to read. He says, hey Comic-Con, I'm gutted that I can't be there with you today. This is fairly typical for me. The first time I had to catch a plane to Belfast to do Thrones, I forgot my passport. So the fact that the first time I get to come and do Comic-Con with all of you lot for House of the Dragon, I get COVID feels about right. I am deeply honoured that so many of you have turned up to show your excitement for House of the Dragon. We dedicated at least the last 3 years of our lives to making this show, and hope that it is everything you want it to be, plus maybe a little bit that you weren't expecting. And you'll finally get to see what we've been cooking in less than a month. I hope you like dragons. He says, if I wasn't highly infectious, I'd be dancing in the streets of San Diego with excitement right now. But instead, that duty must fall to our incredible cast. FYI. This show would not have been possible without their passion, their talent, and their relentless hard work. They have elevated the show to another level, as you'll see. Anyway, enough of me. Fire will reign. Peace out, Meg.
Ryan, George, set the stage for us. What can we expect from House of the Dragon?
Fire and blood.
And dragon.
Yeah. I think the most compelling thing about this particular story, and I think it's the reason that this was the spin-off successor show, as George calls them, that he was most excited about, is because it delves into the history of the Targaryen dynasty. And that's something that we hear about in A Song of Ice and Fire, in the pages of the book, and the original series, Game of Thrones, but we never really get a real sense of it. So this series begins at the absolute pinnacle of the dynasty, the height of power and wealth and influence. They have the most dragons that they'll ever have, and it's just before the bloom starts to come off the rose.
Yeah. That's good.
Paddy, Your Grace, King Viserys, how's the throne? Comfortable?
It was lovely, yeah. I couldn't wait to get on it. I got very territorial with that throne, and I wouldn't allow anybody else to sit on it.
That's smart. Why doesn't anybody put pillows on it?
Well, it's part of it is because it's supposed to be uncomfortable to sit on, I think. You know, I didn't have a pillow, by the way. I suffered on that throne. So, but yeah, it's not a comfortable thing. It's made of swords, so you know, it should be a relaxing experience sitting up there.
What kind of a ruler is King Viserys?
He's a kind man. I think he inherited the crown because he was, in my view, he was a good scholar and a man of good temperament and a kind man who's trying to sort of keep the peacetime going within the kingdom. And I think that's why he was chosen as king. But he's a man who's what I wanted to do with the character when I read the script, just imbue it with as much humanity as I could, and bring as much kind of life to him as I possibly could. But he's a man that cares about things. There's great tragedy in him. He loves his family, cares about his position. But he's also carrying something else that's a kind of secret that's revealed in the show that kind of refers to the potential fall of man in the future. So there's lots of different things going on.
Speaking of that family, Matt, our Daemon Targaryen, what's that relationship like? That brother relationship like?
With his brother.
that was the sort of heartbeat for me, really, and I had such a fabulous time with Paddy. Yeah, it's quite a complicated relationship, but I sort of hope that me and Paddy found a lot of depth and a lot of richness in the work that we did. But really, everything is about his brother, Daemon. Yeah.
Eve, our Rhaenys, the queen that never was. What does that moniker mean to her?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Oh, sure. The queen that never was.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean to Rhaenys?
What does the title mean to
Yeah. How does she relate to?
It really pisses her off. She should have been the queen. And those, yeah, thank you very much. And it's kind of annoying that she isn't. And it's also kind of annoying that people keep reminding her that she isn't. So, yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you!
Steve, our Corlys Velaryon, part of Rhaenys' family. Tell us about that badass sailor adventurer that is Corlys.
Well, I can talk for hours about that, but I'll spare you that. So basically, he is a famed nautical man. He did his first solo voyage, I think.
It's pretty exciting. We're always nervous at the beginning because these books, these characters are like my kids. And when you give your kid to people for adoption, you wonder how they will be treated. Will they be, will you recognize them when they come back to you and all that? But I've been very, very fortunate here. I think Ryan has done a great job of adapting the books so far. And
Thank you.
And our cast here is amazing. I haven't had a chance to meet them. Unfortunately, with COVID, I didn't get to visit the set and hang around as I did on a certain other show in the past. But I've seen 9 of the 10 episodes, and it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I'm really very happy.